Hi there, good morning. Happy Sunday. Hope you're all doing well. It's time to start a new book. About time, huh? My goodness, I think Bessie Maud took me 2 months. But, in my defense, I had surgery and I gave birth to a 4-pound puppy. So, I'm trying to give myself a little bit of slack. Anyhow, I've had this book for a while. Isn't this yummy? I'm so excited about this book. And I actually got a little bit started on her because gutting a book, if you look through my video history, you'll see lots of book guttings and all the other junk journal and artisan journal creators. I'm sure we all follow the same ones. You'll see plenty of book guttings, and I'm no different. So I've already taken the guts out. I've got a few of the things started. I'll walk you through it, just so that you don't miss out on anything. But I did get her insides out. So that's what's left. She needs a little bit of repair. Her hinges are very threadbare. 1947 for this book. And her hinges, if I hold them up to the light, I can see through them. So I am going to have to reinforce from the inside out. I think I'm just going to use some really tightly woven cheesecloth that I have. Not the loosey-goosey fun stuff that kind of looks like spider webbing. It's the other stuff that I like that's a little more tightly woven, and I find that it's excellent to just give a little bit of support to hinges that are in need of some support. And then, of course, once the new text block goes in, the new hinges that would be, flying out either side. Imagine if this is the new text block, that would also offer some support to these hinges. So they'll be fine. I don't even think I'm going to try and hide that they look threadbare and worn. I rather like it. 1947. This journal is pretty well. There was probably a war bride used this to start working in the garden of her new little bungalow out in the suburbs with her 4.5 children. And if she was anything like my mother, they were glorious gardens. My mother had beautiful gardens for many, many years. This is one of those rare books that I found at an antique mall type shop. The kind that has little booths in it. And I paid more for it than I usually would pay for a book that I'm going to transform. But I believed that it was beautiful enough and big enough that it was worth what I paid to purchase this book. So, and I think there's balance in all things, because goodness knows I find enough books for really, really ridiculously low prices that I don't mind once in a while if I find a book that is that's a little bit more than what my usual budget is. I'm picking away here while I talk, because I like to pick at things. These are the original headers and footers. So, and if I can put them back in, I'd like to. They're yellow and green, so I kind of like that. I still think I want lace, but there's no reason why that can't go in as well. You know, at the back into the top, and maybe a bit of lace in behind it. Do you know? We'll see. So we'll save those. I'll make my decision later. I was able to save a goodly portion of the end papers. How's that for 40s end papers? Isn't that something? One side, I was really hopeful. Initially, I was hopeful that I was going to be able to just lift it a little bit, put in my new text block. Here, let me turn this over so you can know what I'm talking about. So this was from this side, as you can tell, because it came off clean, and I got really excited. I was able to get it. It was on like this, and I was able to get it to about there and get half of the text block out. And I thought, oh, I'll be able to put the new text block in and just leave that. But then, as you can see here, side number 2 said, no, I've got different plans. I'm going to give you grief. And grief it did. That's fine. We're going to have fun with it anyways, and I'll make use of these. So, that's all right. So I will put these aside for now. Who knows? They might make nice, you know, the backings for journaling tags or pockets or tabs. I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm foreseeing, because it's 1947, I am foreseeing a domestic goddess gardening journal is what I'm thinking about. And I haven't challenged myself lately. Oh, here's the, I've got everything ready here. So I've got the, it's going to have 11 signatures. So that's ready to go. I decided I just want a slight curve. So I've used my Big Mama rolling pin here, and I've already got it in there. Because again, I've done that frequently before. It's nothing new what I do there. Hunt in the history, you'll find it. Let's put this aside. So what I plan on doing, this book has a lot of really nice color, full color plates in it. Now, they're photos, but for the 1940s, they're beautiful. Of course, I haven't hit one yet. Let me see if I can just... Like, so pretty with the window and the roses. There's just lots and lots of them. You're making a liar out of me. And like, look at this. Wouldn't that make for fun, you know, journaling tag collaging? I'd really like to try my best to see... Pretty, I can see another one coming. There it is. Look. Oh, even these would make pretty new end papers. Put these in instead. I'd like to try my hand. Oh, look at that. I'd like to try my hand at seeing if I can put in the new text block using mostly just what I can pull out of this old text block. Very similar to when I made Nicolette. If you recall that book, my challenge to myself was I used one magazine to create everything that went into that text block. So this time I'm thinking of using just this own text block from Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's just so yummy. But here's where I want to cheat with my own challenge. So it's not a true challenge, because it can't be a domestic goddess gardening book if it doesn't have an immaculately coiffured housewife wearing high heels, pearls, and an apron. Am I right? It's going to need that. So I'm going to need to raid some of my magazines, my post-war magazines with those ladies, worried about making sure that home looks beautiful before hubby gets in the door. So I think I will give myself permission. Pardon me. I will give myself permission to mostly use everything I can from this back into it, and also use some goddesses from out of, here, let me go grab a few and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, this is what I'm talking about. These kinds of magazines. So this is 1942. And the ads are just magnificent. Look at her I think she's either in lingerie or an evening gown cleaning her toilet. That's magnificent. It's just the best. Look at that. Wearing your beauty nightcap. Dorothy Lamour says you've got, and your Woodbury cold cream. I mean, come on. So, this is, I will permit myself Spam. I mean, come on, Spam. Spam and eggs, biscuits and honey. Wow. Oh, I'm really excited about this one. Oh my. It's getting very exciting here. So I've got a stack of these that I'm looking forward to going through. But the first thing I need to do is start pulling this apart. Now, I sure hope that it's got sewn-in signatures. Usually a book that's from the 40s would have signature threads. I think I see them there. So here's where it gets dull. Uh-oh. Haha! Here's where it gets dull. Because sometimes taking a book apart is not very exciting. Let's see. I think see, those are the ones that are glued together. There's always the outer ones of the signature that get glued together, that hold it all together. But I do like this. So that will get used for something. That's beautiful. So thank goodness it's all right. And it's got the year. So that definitely goes in. And here's where I have to wonder whether see, there's another one. I might be able to use that one instead of this because it looks like it's a full signature page. I haven't looked closely yet to see whether oh, it looks like someone got into it. Oh, so extreme cold area. Well, that makes me in trouble because I'm up here. Boy, they have that. I guess in a way that is Quebec because Ontario sort of goes across like that. But that's a little, I would say Quebec is a little more over here. But that's okay. I'm over here. Is that it? There it is. So far, so good with these threads. They are cooperating. Oh, here's where I was going. See, I always wander off topic. I didn't know whether the color plates were the kind of plates that are glued in or whether they are... oh, I didn't realize there was so much artwork from Junior in these get thrown aside and you know, shredded. I just want to, there, that one I want. And hopefully there's no crayons on the other side. Please, no crayons. Good. The only thing that makes me a little bit sad about this book is these are quite glossy. So I wish they hadn't been so glossy. That's not going to be usable. That one might. I'm going to put my, I'm not sure, pages aside, wrap an elastic around them, and if I need to, I will raid them. This is when it starts getting tricky, reaching these. And this is where artisan journal creating or junk journal creating is, oh no, that thread is not, it's not letting go. Let's see, it's not terribly exciting. All right, so let's take a look, see if there's any that I might want to hang on to. That goes in my maybe pile. Nope. See, even something like that might be okay. And of course I will send along pages. Oh, it includes British Columbia. Wow. How nice. Thank you for thinking of us. Publisher. Up here in Canada. All right, so, oh, see, that's what I like to see, that. That's cool. Now, that's the glued in page, so it's going to have to be a solo, I think. Unless I want to Use tape down the center. Oh, look at that one. Oh, what a shame. Ah! Don't you hate that? Oh, these are good. These are all good. Okay. Yes! I don't know about you. Love this. There we go. All right. This is where it can get a little tricky getting in under those threads. Sometimes it's easier to use some tweezers and lift those threads with a pair of tweezers. And to get your knife or your scissors or your seam ripper or whatever your attack tool of choice is. And sometimes, if you're like me and you're just feeling ruthless, you just go in and cut. Especially if the pages are so old and fragile and you know that you're going to be having to reinforce the fold anyways. Sometimes it's just not worth trying to be gentle with them. Sometimes you might as well just go for it and just get them out of there. Where's the one I want? That's that one. Oh, I love that one. Oh, see, that is. Do you see what I mean? That's been glued in like a color plate. And it's got the cute little house. Foundation planting good, foundation planting bad. Uh-oh. All right, I like that one. Yeah, see, these ones I like. Oh, I like that too. All right, let's put those aside. It's just going to be more of this. I apologize. Not exciting. And these are glued in as ever. Soil. I'm quite sure soil is not going to be exciting. Soil lovers out there, please don't be offended. One of my daughters is a very avid grower of things. She's my go-to when I'm killing plants. Emily knows her stuff. And she didn't get that from me. She got that through good self-study. Plus her grandma has a green thumb. I'm sure her grandma's a good help to her. Not my mother, her grandma on the other side. My mother's more like me. There. That's pretty. Oh, see, that's also a glued in color plate. I'll have to make a decision about those. Lawns. Yeah, I don't think so. So I think I think I'm going to plug away at this. I think that's about it for today. Short and sweet, because look at this. I'm going to be here probably the rest of the day if Kirby will let me. Just getting through this. And people wonder when we say a large journal can take a couple of weeks to make. Here's a good example of why it can take a while to make. So so at least thanks for joining me for getting a little vision of what my plan is for this little baby. And I'm hoping for lots of ladies in beautiful lipsticks and string of pearls, and maybe even either a toilet paper ad or a laxative ad might sneak its way in. We'll see. Everyone needs a break from their gardening. All right. Have a great rest of your day. And thanks for joining me. We'll talk soon. Bye.